we're back. We're burning some wheels. And last we left off, Bina had just returned to Lord's Tower, seen the tapestry of the Soldier's Lament and the how it's been different than how it was different last time. How long ago was that again, Judd? I think you said that was like 80 years ago. It was like old enough.
I think it was 80. Yeah, because I think old Novak was actually a little girl when it happened.
Yeah, maybe it was 70. I think maybe.
Yeah, I think 70.
Yeah.
And there have been some weird dates that we've had in here, like the Soldier's Lament was 70 years ago, and the Archmage died 130 years ago. I don't know why that's important, but there it is. Like those are the two items we have on our timeline right now.
And there was a eclipse 5 years ago.
5 years ago, right?
Yeah. A year before Nora was born. So
yeah, that's right. I'm gonna write that shit down. That's good.
You know, I'm sure someone could
76.
Yeah, make patterns of those.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, I want to find out all that I can about what's going on with Papa Dudas. If the Duke's, if Bodnar's aunt has ever said it, if we've heard word from her. Technically, you know, she was the one who Bodnar was she was his liege, so presumably she's responsible for this. Yeah, she's gonna start find out anything she can from Old Novak. And like doing this while assisting her with chores, right? Or doing chores rather, you know, while washing things and cleaning things. She's I think happy to step right back into her role of tending to things in the keep, in the tower, as Lost likes to remind her. It's tower, not a keep.
Yes. Cool.
Would you like me to make a gossip-wise roll, or
I think she's kind of babbling on and on. The pretty girl who sang the Soldier's Lament has been kissing on Squire Pappas and
Varus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's just like the gossip wise is just like you narrowing down old Novak to like what's actually important.
Yeah.
And not like, like the blacksmith and his wife have been arguing a lot lately. You know what I mean? Like it's just like she knows about everything, right? So she doesn't necessarily get to what's important. Yeah.
Is this a set ob, or is it a graduated test where it's just like the better I roll, the more
I think the better you, the more you get, the more successes you get, the better the gossip, the more useful the gossip will be. Yeah,
awesome.
Totally.
I want to fork in peasant-wise and work-wise. They're both about what we're doing and what she's seeing.
Totally.
And how susceptible is she to Bina's, like, how susceptible is she to, to flattery? If I tell her like, oh my goodness, you've been doing this all by yourself, you're amazing. Does that, can I fork in soothing platitudes is my question. Like, is she a kind of person who likes to be flattered, or?
Yeah. I think old Novak taught you how to, like, she's got like gray 4, like she taught you soothing platitudes.
Nice.
Like she taught you how to flatter the Lord without making it look like you're hitting on him. Like she's like, this is the line we tread. And so she's like your soothing platitude sensei. So nice. I think you can't turn it on your teacher.
You can't turn it on her. Okay, no, that's fine. The relationship dynamic was really the important part.
Yeah,
there.
and I guess, and the other thing I want to ask before you make that roll is like, what are you looking for here? Like, what is it?
So I will say off screen beforehand, you had talked about the Bodnar's aunt possibly arriving here,
Yeah.
and also Voss said in game that if they were given like a writ, if they were given a lord's approval, that the squires could pass a line and not be conscripted. So
Right.
I want to know, basically, I want to know how can I get to a lord that can give us approval to do this? And so that's the question of like, am I sending letters? Do I need to find someone who can write a letter? Is she like on the road? Is she upstairs in Bodnar's off desk now? And also like, again, the better I roll, hopefully the more information, but like, what's the best way to approach her? Is she, etc. I think the question is like, how do I get in touch with somebody who can authorize our travel?
Yeah.
Is really the. All right. Gossipy. Come on. This sheet is really powerful and fantastic, but sometimes it's just like, don't want to do anything. And I hate not using the features because if you don't use the, if you don't actually roll it, then it doesn't do all the like glorious tracking.
Yeah, right.
So, all right, try this again. All right, we'll try it elsewhere. We'll try it on the server that I'm running into. Okay. Okay, gossip-wise. Oof. Just doesn't want to go. I swear sometimes some of the things work and others don't too. It's like, it's like, what do you, okay. There we go. Probably just have to click on it. Okay, so I'm adding 2 14 dice then for peasant wise and work wise, but not one from Soothing Gratitudes. And we're setting the ob as 1. Good, oops. No, all right. Ooh, nice. I'll take 3 successes.
Nice.
With 2 6s, hold on. Hold that roll. I'm fating that up.
You're fating it up?
Oh yeah. I got fate for days. And especially with 2 6s on that. All right, that's 1 more. That's 4 successes. No, wait.
Cool.
Yeah, 4 successes. Yeah. Okay. That's probably the most successes I've ever gotten on a roll, Judd.
Yeah, that's definitely the most successes you've gotten in this campaign, without a doubt. Yeah, I think like old Novak mentions that Pappas has been kissing on the prettiest girl in town.
I think it's just Pop. I think it was Pop and Dudas, right?
Pop and Dudas. So Pop. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right. And yeah, she definitely lets drop that. Like while talking about that, she's like, yeah, and he was reading these letters that came from East, and he seemed really agitated. And then she came and calmed him down. And like what she's trying to tell you is like just gossip, but like what she drops is that like, yeah, he's been getting letters from East, from his aunt, and he seems really like something's up with them. Like he knows that something's coming from the East, but he's not saying what.
Okay.
Yeah. And
this is Pop, because what I remember was that Pop was kind of naive and Dudas was kind of a snake.
Yeah.
And it's Pop that's the one that's getting letters.
Yeah.
Cool.
Totally. And yeah, and I mean, I feel like I owe you more from that. 4 successes is just a lot.
I mean, well, if this is in the purview, the other thing that I
Yeah,
think I would ask about is, if if we if any word has come in about any safe havens, maybe any place like refugees are going to, any place that people have said are uh, that is safe to flee to, and maybe that's not in the
yeah. I don't think people know here.
yeah
Um, I just don't think that's in the purview of the role. Yeah. Uh, she does say people have been talking about where they would go if they had to go, and like some people say they would go to the freehold of Ostafair, where the relationship between lords and peasants is totally different, and you don't have to
mm,
bow to anyone, and there are no dukes. There are just senators, and everyone is free, and the world is better. Because nobody knows shit. And some
yeah
people, say that they would go to the Iron Dukes in the Northeast, and like, uh, well, in the North, well, the Iron Dukes are actually up in the like past Tovanar Torin, like those folks.
I thought the
Um,
Iron Dukes were in Dukensheld to the east.
I think there's the Gold Dukes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah, and then yeah, I mean, people are, and some folks are saying they go down the weird road, and take their chances. Um, but a lot of people, like, no one really knows. Nobody's packing. Like, nobody's really, really, really going to go.
Right, right,
Uh,
right,
yeah, but yeah, folks are definitely like talking about where would we go if we were going to go,
right.
without a doubt.
Do you think Pop is ready? If he had clear direction, do you think he's ready to move?
I think he's waiting for something. Like, something's coming, and he's got to be. He has to make it look like he's been doing something good here while he's waiting. And I think, like, a floorboard creaks up in Bodnar's room, and like, uh, old Novak like makes the sign of the wheel with her hand and says, like, Bodnar's restless tonight.
Uh, Not Bodnar. Bodnar's dead. Or is that just? Oh, she's talking about it like his spirit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I'm like, it's like shudder when
yeah.
she says it. Yeah. Uh, has that been happening? Weird, strange sounds haunting the place.
Yeah, as always. I mean, it you notice it more after a death, but as always, this place is full of creaks. It's old.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
ain't
I'm.
it ain't it ain't it ain't dwarf made like the old tower. This is human hands, human foibles. I think, like, she looks down at your boots and
Yeah.
says,
I was just about to say like,
"So, what's the story behind those?
and I
Voss
think
Voss spring for them while you were out on the road?"
you could sell 100. You could sell 1,000 pelts and not be able to afford these boots. Um,
Oh,
and
fancy.
I think she like peels up the flap to show Prince Bulat's sign because it's like underneath the flap, right? Like
Yeah,
it's this symbol, and I think that's like part of gossiping as sharing, right?
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
she goes in to tell not every detail, but like the juicy bits, the exciting things, the way they ate, and things that she thinks that old Novak would care about, the tapestries and Sitarvi and Derbina and things like that. Um, yeah, so she dishes as well.
yeah.
Um, but I think once once, does Old Novak read?
Huh. I have no idea. Let's roll a die of fate.
Sounds good.
Uh,
Slash roll 1d6.
yeah, I'll just click on the thing.
I guess.
4? It's not really too definitive. I'm going to say no.
Okay. All right. So Pop reads.
Yeah.
Who taught him how to read? He's younger than I am, so.
Yeah.
Was it a house servant or was it? Yeah.
I think he learned as a child from a priest in his house back east.
Okay.
Yeah, as like a little kid.
Do I know other literate people in town? Make a circles roll for that?
Yeah, let's make a circles roll. Want to circle up somebody who can read?
Yeah. Well, I think I first need to have the thing that they need to read, which probably means sneaking into Pop's chambers and stealing his letters.
Right.
But that's what I'm angling.
Right.
So let's do that first, because Burning Wheel doesn't really do flashbacks so much. I'll burn one bridge before I burn the next. So I think with 4 successes, it's probably fair to say that like I know where he's keeping the letters. Like if he's conspicuous enough about being upset about them, that is he living in Bodnar's room now?
No, I don't think anyone's sleeping in Bodnar's room. I think, just like too many rumors of it being haunted. Like nobody wants to go up there.
I mean, my suspicion is that it's elves, but you know, which is, so I think I kind of give it an eye, like, what are you doing up there?
Yeah.
Elves, which, you know, there's something like where she knows elves now, but there's also something still mythical about them, that it's like elves, ghosts kind of could be the same thing. Like she doesn't know.
Yeah. Love it.
She's talked to them, but like those two things are just as fantastical in her mind. Even though she's met one and not the other, they're still mythical creatures. So so I think she is going to I think we sneak in and get those letters. And I want to, do it under the guise of doing all the work. I've come back.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm like creeping.
I think it's like inconspicuous.
I mean, if I had inconspicuous, I do not. Right. But I would like to try it stealthy and fork in, work-wise, and make it part of another action. Like wait until I'm, I've brought food and whatnot, and I can get a look at them. Or maybe I should like.
Cool. So what?
Yeah.
Sorry. So what was the roll you wanted to make? I'm sorry. So you want
I'm gonna try stealthy. I want to sneak in and is Pop in his chambers? Is he still out?
I think he was the one who was out on the road when you came in.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, he's still out. He'll be out for another little while.
Great. Excellent. Yeah. So, I think in part because she doesn't particularly want to show off or be asked about them, and in part because she just knows these floorboards like the back of her hand. Bina takes off her boots and places them, under a tarp in the kitchen, and then starts making her way, and her toes, she wiggles her toes and stretches them out, and I think, like she remembers that creak, and she's thinking about that as she's making her way through the tower. Verse, I don't know if anybody here has observation, so do you want me to make a roll and then you just tell me if anybody noticed?
Sure. I think the ob is one. I mean, I think you're in the place where you're in the building you know better than any other building, other than like the house where you and Deke live.
Yeah.
Like I think it's ob one, and if you fail, it means that Pop came back a little early from patrol, and you just got caught.
Makes sense. All right. Come on. There we go. And I'm working in work-wise because I'm doing.
That makes sense.
There we go.
There
Just
you
got
go.
it. That's all I need.
All right. Yeah. You get a packet of letters.
Okay. Fantastic. Do they have a seal on them that I recognize? Do they have any kind? I can't read, but is there anything
Right.
about them that stands out?
Oh man, do you have heraldry? Do you have anything?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I think there is
No.
a seal on them. You have no idea what it means.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, yeah.
Yeah. No problem. Okay, that's time for me finding somebody. Let's unless you know, I know the base ob circles is ob one by default, and then it just goes up based on, you know, how far outside of your purview it is.
Right.
Let's see, where is it? Right, circle, circle, circle.
Yeah.
For everybody following at home, it's page 377 in Burning Wheel Gold. Have you seen the newest copy of this game? Newest copy of this? I was probably not picking up, but it's embossed. The newest version. It's this linen cover, and it's got this embossed wheel.
Oh man,
it's
I'm
amazing.
jealous.
Yeah, I saw it last time I was in your hood. Luke was like, "Look what I got." Took it. All right. What are you looking for? Broad occupation or profession or same life path? It's not same life path, but I think it is broad occupation. Anybody who can read. Same station. So no change on occupation. Station, same station, lower rank, higher rank. I think same station. I'm looking for peasant class. Not looking for anybody of high rank. Does that sound right to you?
Yeah.
Disposition or character knowledge. Disposition or knowledge common to the circle. Disposition knowledge different from memory. This might be. Do you feel like that this knowledge is uncommon?
It's uncommon. Yeah. It's uncommon.
Is that plus? So that's 1 to 2, plus 1 to 2. Is that plus?
I would say it's 2.
2. Great. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's ob 3. And time and place, which is fantastic because I cannot possibly succeed with this. Time and place, I don't care. Like I'll go there. They can come here.
Yeah.
Like I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be immediate. It's not like you're in a prison and you're on your way to the headsman, and you know what I mean? Like that's when time and place, I think, really is a big deal.
Yeah.
It's not that big a deal right now. Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. All right. I don't think I have no affiliations. I have no reputations. I have no anything else. And you cannot work into circles, so I won't belabor that. Although people can help with circles, I think if I can borrow one more bit, I might ask Old Novak, who knows how to read in town.
Oh yeah. She thinks about that and like mentions a few people who she thinks might be lettered.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take her help. What is my circles? I think it's B1.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's what you get when you don't got nothing. The good news is that a single test number too, but the bad news is I'm almost certainly going to fail this.
Right.
Where is circles on the sheet? There. Circles is B1. Uh, can I do this? I don't think you doing this carefully makes sense. I mean, it does make sense for Bina, but by nature already has a time component in it. Adding in another time component to do carefully, right, to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think E2 op 3. I can't sell that persona. I just know I'm gonna need it for something else. So
Cool.
let's just pray I get a bunch of successes and sixes. Good eye.
Yeah. Never know.
Not even close.
Wow. Cool. So most of the time, I would say that most of the time I would make this interesting. I'd be like, yeah, it's someone, but it's an enemy. But I think like, yeah, there was a person who was lettered, and it's like one of the people who died in the elf ambush.
Mm.
And I'm gonna give like a rare whiff miss and be like, yeah, there's no one among the peasantry who can help you read this that you know of. That there's just no one around. I think you and Novak like rack your brains, be like, there must be somebody. And she like starts thinking about someone. She's like, no, they're dead. They're gone. They got married and moved to a different village.
Yeah.
And then so-and-so died in the last ambush. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm just like, yeah. I can imagine doing a little legwork as well. Like, why don't you go check with so-and-so? And I run and I come back. I'm like, no, they know this. They know a few signs of the wheel, but that's it.
Right.
You know,
right.
Like,
yeah, totally.
You know, a couple just nothing like, so anywho, I imagine that by the time I figure this out, it's been some time, you know, I've been asking around. I stare at these letters and you know, just try to decipher something out of the, you know, out of the scribbles that I've seen. I've seen my lords, you know, receive course before. I think I'd like to do a beginner's luck read test.
Awesome.
If I can even get like the names or anything, like any kind of detail out of them.
Cool.
So read is based on perception. I happened to look that up a little bit ago.
Love it.
And with my one eye, read is on
Gaming is full of good things to, you know, learn to read, kids. Learn to read.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's op 2. A letter is op 2.
Yeah, perfect. All right, so.
Yeah, so the op is 4 because we double it.
Yep.
But I mean, the system does that for you, I think. So you're all good.
I have to put it under being learned. So we're gonna add read, perception, and roll up to. Oops. Roll, no modifiers. No, up to. Oh my God, so close. Is there a 6 in that? There is. There's a 6 in there.
Gonna open it?
Holy moly. Of course I'm gonna. Yeah. I got 15 fate still.
Oh man.
Come on.
That's what happens when you don't fight enough or duel of wits or.
No.
Oh, heartbreaker.
That is
traitor.
Okay, but I have a request then.
Yeah.
A note or a sign is only op 1. Can I get like a name?
Yeah.
I can't read the letter, but can I get like is there enough common ground that I can figure out who it's signed to, who it's sent to, or who it's sent from?
Yeah, I'll get.
I mean, obviously I failed, so I don't know whatever other catastrophic things you want to have in here, but
No, I think it's actually more interesting if you can only get like a piece of it. And I think that would have been a fine way for me to say like, hey, if you fail, like all you can get is like something that might be worthwhile and might not.
Yeah.
You get the name Duchess Varga Clandia Botund.
Whoa, hold on a second. I'm gonna write that in chat.
I'll put that down in the Roll20.
Okay. Okay, and she's the sender.
Yeah.
I mean, sounds. Do I recognize the name? Does that sound like Bodnar's aunt?
That's totally Bodnar's aunt. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I doubt I knew the whole name before that. I probably just knew her as like Duchess and maybe, you know, one of the names, but I'm sure I didn't know that.
Yeah, you probably heard either like the Duchess or Aunt Varga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. I think I wanna. Do I hold on to these or do I put them back? I think I'm gonna put them back because there's nobody here that can do it.
Okay.
Can we let it ride? Nothing's changed.
Yeah. Totally.
Back in there. Yeah. I'm
totally.
just like, ugh.
As a matter of fact, and I think like you put them back, and like he comes back, like he walks into the room as you're walking out, and he says, "It's good to have you back."
It's good to see. It's good to see everybody, Pap. Thank you for keeping everyone safe.
I don't know if I'm doing anything out here, really.
Oh, my husband's alive, and I'm sure that's at least in part because of you.
Well, elves are known as a species to have terrible aim, so I'm sure it's just
yeah,
just that.
You make good jokes. Can we, once you've had a moment to actually, I think she looks at him and like a very common thing she did for Bodnar was like take off his boots. Like we even had a scene where she was like take off his boots. She's like,
yeah, I think like one of the kids from around the village is like is doing that, is like taking off his chain right now. It's like he's standing there dripping, and he says to the kid like, make sure you hang that and put it through the sand so that none of the so it doesn't rust. It's gonna have to last me a while. This was my father's. And he's like, yes, Squire. And he goes, I
feels like they should. I know that there's official ways this happens, but it feels like you're the knight of the keep of the tower now. I know that it seems wrong for them to call you Squire. That's your Squire.
He gets his chain off, and he sits in a chair, and like really uncomfortable, he like puts his foot towards you, like, yeah. Do you want to?
Yeah, I said don't worry about it. I'm glad to be useful for something. Pulling your own boots off is damn near impossible. Or pulling these boots off yourself. Possible. I'm sure they're tall,
Right.
So I was gonna like wait for like a let's convene and like have a meeting, but this is actually way better. Like while I'm taking off his boots, commenting on saving the city, on saving not the city, the village, while we're connecting. I totally am. I'm sharing with him what I know, but more importantly, I want to find out what he knows of what's going on. And I think I'm doing it with Susan Platitudes. I mean, I think I'm telling him that he's a big hero and he should be a knight.
Yeah.
I wanna. This isn't my. He's not one of my lovers. I don't need to be honest with him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, definitely. He's definitely not a rough lover, and like, yeah, he's like a 16-year-old kid.
Yeah. Right.
Absolutely. I think that's brilliant. I just want to look up soothing platitudes super fast. I'm right there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I've got it.
Probably his will exponent, but
yeah, it's his will, so it's 4.
okay. Okay.
And I think like telling him when you tell him the story about like, so you tell him everything, right?
Yeah. There's not.
Okay,
I mean,
cool. Yeah, I think that gets you a bonus die.
Okay.
I think like he definitely like is as fascinated as anyone would be about the dwarves and a dwarven prince.
Yep.
And like the tension between the dwarf and the engineer and the warden and all of that. Like he's just fascinated by it, and I think it gives you a bonus die,
Cool.
making it easier.
That sounds great. I want to fork in gossip-wise because I'm trying to get like what he's heard. I'm specifically angling at that, and I want to fork in work-wise because I'm literally taking off his boots and doing my job. Like,
yep,
I'm making him feel better. So
that works.
All right. Oh man, Bina Janos rolling 7 dice. There's all sorts of firsts. This all sorts of firsts this session. All right,
yeah.
3 dice modifier, 1 advantage, 1 for gossip wise, 1 for work wise.
And what is it you want?
I want to know. I want to know what's he's gotten in those letters. I want to know.
Yeah.
I want him to tell me about the Duchess and yeah. I can't say if I do spectacularly. I think I want to know how, if she's coming, if I could send her, if he could send her a letter. I'm angling towards like, how can we get a written permission to get the hell out of here? Like, I don't want to jump the course. So that's the where I'm going.
Yeah.
Curses, all that dice. I'm charming, so I'm going to use that. That's my trait, and it's a call on for soothing platitudes, so I can reroll all failed dice. So I'm going to roll 5 dice.
Call-ons are dope.
And that is 6 successes.
Bina doing shit. I mean, and this is kind of like, also like, this is Bina in her element, right? Like, flattering someone of noble birth, trying to get a little bit of extra information out of them.
Yep.
This is really this kind of what Bina was built for.
Oh no,
hold on,
you're
Sean.
cutting out there. No problem. You're. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
You were cutting out that whole time. You were saying I picked up this is kind of what Bina was built for, and almost nothing else.
Are you on 5G? Hello?
I'm here.
Sean, you there?
I'm here. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I am on my phone. I don't know why it would have done that. Are we still on?
We're on, yeah. But it just got real. Anyway, you were saying very nice things, and unfortunately, I think I missed them all. But about this being what Bina was built for.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think shit, you're like frozen up and on and off.
Oh, I'm getting you clear now. Let's see. I don't know if that could be me. Uh, Hi, friends at home. Sorry for
Yeah.
hiccups. Um, let's see. Uh,
You're on now. Like now we're getting clear.
Now we're good. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, I don't know what this was like. Let's see. Jay says we're fine.
Cool.
So cool, excellent. Okay, this was what Bina was meant to do. To do is to soften up nobles and get them to tell her the tell her the deal. Is this a situation where the more successes I got, the better? I don't normally think it would be. This is one of those.
I don't think so. I
Okay.
think he tells you, he's like, my aunt, uh, my aunt will be here any day now. She's bringing her house guard and a bit of a retinue. Could be probably half 100.
Sounds like they're ready to fight.
Maybe ready to fortify. I don't know. She's definitely not ready to let this place go.
She thinks that she can hold Karakagi when the Dwarven Tower fell 70 years ago. She thinks these, like she knocks on the walls, these walls will hold when those didn't.
The other person who's coming, he mentioned you by name, Rasmus.
The Wizard Rasmus is coming.
The Iron Druid, yes. He says you shamed him into it. I didn't know what that meant.
Huh. Well, he turned me down and trying to go face the dragon, so I guess this is the less dangerous choice.
He's on his way. He's going to send some letters out from Tovenar Torin back to his home tower, and then yeah, he'll be here. He could be here at first light.
How much do I trust? He seems like a genuinely pretty good person, in well over his head, but
Pop,
yeah,
like you've really watched him grow up. Like he's been here since he's like 12 years old.
yeah.
So I mean, I don't think he's ever given you a reason not to trust. I think you were, I remember that one of the kids was really naive. That was Pop. And
Yeah.
then the other kid was kind of a snake.
Yeah.
And
So I'm like, you really have grown up in the month. I mean, I thought Nara had grown in the month I've been gone, but you've your own in a way. I in a way few people can. So I want to tell you something. I want you to hold it close to your chest. Do not reveal this until you know that you. And this is Gina being putting herself online. This could backfire. She feels like Pop should know. She's like, the Wizard Rasmus may be our ally. If he said I shamed him into it, maybe I did. But the last time I saw him, he was meeting with the elf that took my eye. I think he may have. I think he and Lady Spenja and Tobin and Torin may have picked sides already, and they may not be ours.
he says like, what would be like a cuss? Yeah, he
Like
just says
broken
like,
wheel.
yeah, broken rims. Come on. Bina, I'm not trying to be condescending. I think we both have grown in the last month. I mean, I'm just growing into what I'm supposed to be. My siblings who work up in the Goldlands, they're all blooded. They've killed half a dozen bandits by now. So this
Killing
isn't
people doesn't mean anything. Doesn't make you a better person. Doesn't make you stronger.
riding around next to a bunch of peasants holding spears doesn't make you much of anything either.
No. Papa, when the war starts, and I think it will, we're all gonna die. Every one of us. We're gonna be haunting this broken old tower. If I can convince your aunt, or if you can convince your aunt, if we can convince your aunt to give us a writ to travel, will you leave with me? You take the people of Karakagi and get them the hell out of here. I don't mean leave with me. I mean,
Yeah.
will you lead these people who trust you, who you have been protecting, and keep protecting them?
And I think we've got the last persuasion roll you have to make before you open the skill, right?
Yep. I told you I was holding persona for something, and this is it.
Cool. Yeah, it's
4 again.
Yeah, it's an 8. Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bina.
It's everything. Yeah, it's what she's. Yeah, it's what's important. This is. Okay. All right. And he is from. I just want to clarify. He is from he's the Gold Dukes to the east or the Iron Dukes to the northeast.
He's from the Gold Dukes to the east. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's where his aunt's coming from. Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think part of this conversation before I roll these dice, I want to think. I think that in this conversation I would have asked him if he thinks it would be safe if we were in Duke and Shield.
Right.
Like, just is that? I mean, I think he would tell me that. I don't think that's something that would be hard. Do you think that we would be safe if we went to do? Would you have a home?
My families have apartments there for when the ducal councils convene. My mother used to say something. She used to say, court is more dangerous than the battlefield because you can lose more. All you can lose on the battlefield is your life.
You know, these days, I think people underrate the value of our lives. All right, I'm gonna make this persuasion roll. I would like to call that Soothing Platitudes a linked test to this roll, if that is amenable to you.
I will let it. Yes, I'll let it be. Yes.
Yeah. So, yep, I'm gonna spend a persona. And that's all I can really do.
Cool.
Oh, can I do this? I'm just trying to remember this. Can I do this carefully? I think so. I'm gonna spend the evening talking with him and like telling him about all this and like
I'm good with it. I'm good with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You like tell the whole story of what happened and yeah.
Exactly. All right. So my modifiers are 1 for the Soothing Platitudes roll, 1 for carefully, and then also 1 on the. This is very unlikely, but not entirely impossible. Oh, Lord. Okay. That's 5 successes, ob 8, and 2 6s. So.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Well, I mean, it's still unlikely, but I got the fate.
Traitors, man. You have no luck with that.
Traitors. However, that's my 6th test, and I now have trained persuasion.
No.
My goodness, my first beginner's luck skill that's opened up. Let me mark the
Cool.
fate down.
And I
Oh,
think we
wait,
can end
hold
on
on.
like
Oh no, we did not give me the trait driven, right? We gave me stubborn and tenacious. Okay, because driven was
yeah.
going to be a call on for persuasion.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Otherwise, yeah. Yes, sorry. You were about to say how we can end. Let's do
I
that.
think we can end on this. I think like you realize what you did wrong and how you could have done this a lot differently.
Yeah.
And convinced him. And he says like I can't abandon, like my aunt has held this since before, since the old tower was up. Since before the old tower was up. I can't pledge to leave with you. I'm sorry. I have to stay here and protect what's here. And I think at that point, old Novak sticks her head in and says, there are messengers who say that the Duchess is on her way. And he says, and I think like we'll end here with him turning to you and says, can you prepare Bodnar's room for her?
I think she makes another sign of the wheel and says, to ward off ghosts. She says, of course. And I feel like there's like a phrase that's in between my lord, which is very official and he clearly is not, and something that's like common. Like I feel like I want to give him an honorific that is like a more casual honorific, like, applied to the lord. So I think it's like oh, I know what it is. Is he a Batund as well? Is that his family line? Yeah.
Yeah.
And she says, of course, Squire Batund. And she says it like with emphasis, like with meaning, right? Like with honoring him.
Yeah. And I think he as you leave, he says, Bina, I'm sorry I can't lead you and your family to safety. It's just not my job. I need to defend this tower.
I'm sorry too. For both of us. I don't want you to die here.
Cool.
Okay. Awesome. Yay. What a game. Oh,
yeah.
Judd, I love this game so much. I love all these complicated relationships.
I've missed it.
Yeah.
This weird little map. Yeah, it's good.
This is fantastic. So let's do Arda. Arda. Information. That's the time. Okay. Beliefs. The Soldier's Lament is a song of tragedy, not of hope. I will find a safe place for a Karakagi to flee to. I think I was working on that the whole time.
Yep.
Feels like
yep.
Right?
Yep. I think that's a fate.
I failed to win over Prince Bodnar because I lacked the training to noble begins at birth. I'll find an instructor. I'm not sure. I was trying to find someone who could read. I was certainly like appraising like the skills of the people here.
Yeah.
Right?
So the other way to think about that is that you opened persuasion. So I could also see an argument that you decided experience was the instructor, and like we can write a new skill up or write a new belief and call this one a persona.
Great. I love it.
Does that work?
I think that's great. I think that like this moment of like, you know what? I just need to keep trying this.
Yeah.
And I'll figure it out. Next time we'll do better. All right. Voss is still from his days as a bandit and does not think he can be loved. I'll convince him that he can. I know it's a fate. I don't think it's a persona, but you tell me.
No, I think it's a fate, and and that might be one we want to rewrite too, because he might be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we might want to like make some beliefs about the Duchess arriving tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll take fate for that one, and then boss. Okay, well, All right, instincts. When I meet someone with Karakagi, find out all I can about what's happened since I was gone. I feel like that drove play a lot.
Yeah,
That was central to me.
yeah,
Always
yeah.
keep Nara in my sight. It was important. I don't know how much it drove things. I
Yeah,
didn't do it. Like
right.
yeah, I don't
Yeah, I
feel
don't think it drove things, but it
yeah.
was a cool. It was a cool detail.
It was a cool detail. When faced with a rock lover, answer them with honesty rather than assuming platitudes. I'm taking a fate for that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
That was a huge thing with
Yeah,
Deke, and
totally.
and yeah. All right, traits. Did any of these make a difference? Ambitious. Um, I don't. I don't know. I don't. In a lot of ways, Dina has like lowered her ambitions a lot. Like let's just get
Interesting.
safety, you know. Um,
Yeah.
uh, and that, yeah, yeah. Early riser, we kind of mentioned it with the dream, but I don't think it really made a huge difference.
Yeah, it didn't really send anything into an unforeseen direction, I don't think.
No, a little
Yeah.
fat didn't come up.
No.
My eye, it came up a little bit, but well, I think actually, I think my eye and Deke's wound kind of gave us a way
Hmm.
to talk in a way that we wouldn't have necessarily had otherwise, when we could talk about the
That's
physical
interesting.
ones and instead of the
Yeah.
emotional ones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Take a fate for that. That's a nice idea.
Stubborn and tenacious, my new traits. I don't think those came up. I wasn't in a dual wits, and I don't
Right.
know. Actually, I'm an argument for tenacious because of the word. I like stole letters, ran all around town, tried to find someone who could read them, couldn't find anybody, and then stuck them back and convinced Pop what was in them anyway.
Okay.
I think I was like fairly relentless
Yeah.
in that.
I'm down with that.
Not like I'm needing fate, but still like charming. I used, but I didn't feel like it was a driver. That was just like,
Right.
yeah, I've got that. Mind numbing work.
I don't think so.
Not really. It's interesting because like she was like coming back to doing work, but barefoot, calling for stealthy. I don't know. We were talking about this before, or maybe at the very beginning of the game. Like, I think it was cool, but like hiding the boots and then creaking up and going barefoot up to the
Yeah.
to stealing the um, yeah. If that sounds cool to you, I think that did
Okay.
drive things.
Sure.
I don't know. If you feel like that was just cosmetic, then I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I feel like it didn't really have too much of an effect. I thought it was
Okay,
just kind of cosmetic.
cool. All right. It is still an important aesthetic to me in the game, but it doesn't
Yeah.
generate fame. That's totally cool. Let's see.
The rest are all kind of weird
Yeah.
with one-person games. Embodiment, Moldbreaker, Workhorse, MVP. I feel like this felt like a workhorse game to me.
This felt like a workhorse game to you?
Yeah, it felt
Yeah.
like, yeah, it just felt like a game where she was. I mean, it's weird. Bina's always kind of the workhorse, but this felt particularly
I
like
agree.
she had a mission.
I agree.
Yeah.
I like that idea of maybe us picking one of the four, if any. Maybe none of them apply, but at the end of the game, rather than be like, was it embodiment? Did she mold break? Just like picking whichever one. That kind of means it's maybe a gimme persona, but like I think in a normal game, getting a gimme persona out of one of those four would have happened usually anyway. So
Probably, and there are definitely going to be days where I'm like, you know what, I think I don't mind if you're like, hey Judd, I really think I got embodiment on this one, like
yeah,
that one scene, or mold breaker, I really think I moved beyond the character. So yeah, I
I
don't
like
mind.
workhorse a lot, and
I think
workhorse
workhorse.
really applies to her. I don't know. That conversation with Deke was hard, and it required like sticking to it,
Yeah,
and I feel like that's the fact that he's just going to be mad at her for a while. and maybe
Yeah.
forever. I don't know, you know, but like, yeah. Cool. All right, so by my count, that is then, if you are fine from here. Oh, that was earlier thing. My count, that is 2 persona, 1 from the belief and 1 from workhorse, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fate.
Cool.
All right. 8 goes up to 19, persona goes up to 3. All right, meet the Duchess and Wizard Rasmus next session.
Yeah.
Or at least the Duchess. Fantastic. Well, obviously, I guess we're just gonna have to have another game because
Yes.
we got to see that. We'll do it. We'll do it. Promise you, folks. We'll do it and we'll play more frequently than a year. We'll play sooner
Yeah,
than.
we'll definitely do this again inside a month. I mean, I think I'm in. I'm back, and
Yeah.
I'd like to see what ends up happening with Bina.
Yeah, me too. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. I'm Sean Nittner, you know, and I'll be back on Sunday playing some Scum and Villainy. I'm super excited about that. This game was fantastic, Judd. I love playing with you. I love all these characters. Such good times. And I think you're back tomorrow, right? Are you playing?
No, actually, I think we're not going to do that tomorrow.
Okay.
Because we're getting a 4th person to play with us.
Oh, cool.
To be like a second volunteer.
A second volunteer. Nice.
Yeah. So maybe not this Saturday, but the Saturday after, we'll be playing the Thief and the Necromancer, a Baker joint. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm Judd, he, him, and you know, if you're watching this and you want to know more, I have a podcast called Daydreaming About Dragons, and you can find all my info there. And yeah, let me know.
Yeah, it's a very good podcast. I listen to it on walks, listen to it on working out, and then I send Judd 1,000 thoughts that he's got.
I love them. I got the new one. I'm going to use a couple of them in the next reply show this week, so I'm excited.
Awesome. All right. Cool. Well, everybody, it was great seeing all of you, and we'll see you again soon.